Greetings. My name is Matt Fowler. I am the Director of Stewardship for the Nebraska United Methodist Foundation. I've been a pastor within the state of Nebraska for going on 24 years now. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for giving me a moment to share my thoughts and ideas with you in the midst of all that you have going on. Begin by letting you know that the mission and the goal of our foundation is to be faithful stewards to all that the local churches, the conference, and the camps are doing. And as we receive gifts and help you receive gifts, we then become those faithful stewards to make sure those funds are appropriately invested so that you continue to see a growth in that allows you to continue to do the ministry that you hear God calling you to do. Now, we have been around since 1965. We are our own 501c3. We have been in the state of Nebraska. We started with $2.7 million and have grown to over $40 million as a foundation. We do understand the importance of Bible when we get to talking about being stewards of all that God has given us. We understand that from the very beginning in the book of Genesis, God invited all of us to be faithful stewards of all that we have been given, to care for and tend. And as we read through the rest of the Old Testament, we begin to see and hear and understand the concept of the word tithing. When we move into the New Testament, that's where we begin to hear Jesus talking. And the topic that Jesus talked about the most was God. Interestingly enough, though, the second most talked about thing by Jesus is money. One of the more well-known, popular pieces about Jesus was the widow's mite. Jesus was sitting in the temple and he watched as this little old lady threw her last 2 coins, her 2 mites, into the offering plate, and he invited his disciples, "Did you see that?" And in the midst of the conversation, he invites us to note the importance of giving back a portion to what God has given to us. Now, we wouldn't be good Methodists if we didn't spend a moment to talk about John Wesley. Now, here's the guy who reminded us that we are to make all we can. Most of us are excited about that. We're willing to take that on. We're invited to save all we can. Again, something that, is a good thing. But we're also supposed to give all we can. And that's where we need to understand that call when God puts it on our hearts and on our minds to be in a mission, to be in a ministry. It is our responsibility to take a portion of that which God has given to us and give it back to others. Now, as we do that, we need to consider what sort of moment we are in, how we want to be about that ministry, but also recognize that we want this mission and this ministry to continue well after we've gone on to be with the Lord and the saints in heaven. It's important that as we take a look at the mission and the ministries that we hear God calling us to, whether it be in the local church, the conference, or camping, that we take time to pray, to be in conversation with God, to make sure we are clear in our understanding. And once we find ourselves centered into that peace which passes all understanding, that peace that only God can give us, we then communicate with our loved ones. This is how we wish our funds to continue to be used the day after I am no longer here. Now, we as a foundation, we love the opportunity to come and to speak. We come in on Sunday mornings. We come in, we meet with committees. We are happy to come in any day, anytime, come into camps. Hey, I'm a big fan of sitting around the campfire and enjoying a s'more and telling stories about all of the camps that we have. I have a connection with all of the camps within the state of Nebraska. It's important for us to continue to develop those relationships and to be there for each other in the midst of that. I want to start by sharing with you the concept of estate planning. And that's where individuals, donors, can provide for the self and for family, making plans that will help care for our assets, save money in the transfer process. Now, why should we estate plan? One can ask. The ideal estate plan first provides for one doing the planning during life. Get it all figured out, how you want to give your gift while you're still here on this earth and even after you've gone on to be with the Lord. making sure that everybody is clear on how you want your estate to be handled. There are the 4 P's of estate planning, making sure that the persons that you want to be responsible are. Taking a look at the properties that are owned, that you have, that are yours. Plan for the future. What are your goals to be done with those gifts? And the professional planners to assist in helping make those personal wishes legal. We can help with all of those in conversation. The legal part, we are even more willing to help you work with certain individuals so that we come to understand what it is and making sure that we honor your goals, your desires for your gifts. Now, our goal of gift planning, as you will see, is to assist donors in the transferring of cash and other assets to their church, other worthy charitable recipients, i.e. camps. Now, it's important to note here that a donor's Christian obligation, please note this, the donor's Christian obligation is to focus on the who to help and the why you want to help. We find gift planners and other professional advisors whose obligation is to help us, Christian donor, with the what, the when, and the how of the gift. Now, there are a number of vehicles that we can use when we are giving our gift to our church and especially to camps. The first is that outright gift, donation of cash, the securities, the personal property. You see there the benefit that you're found in the immediate moment, the IRS tax write-off. Those are the benefits. That's when you write the check or you turn over the stock. If you do have stock, one of the things we here at the foundation are helpful of doing is transferring that stock from you to the camp or whomever, however you wish to have that handled. That is one of the things that we do with Union Bank and Trust. Of course, the second vehicle of planning is the bequest, the will. How do you want things to be handled after you have gone on? What sort of things do you want outlined in your bequest, in your will? How do you want it to be handled? Is there a certain amount, or is there a percentage of your account that you wish to give to the entity that is important to you, to camp, to your local church? As you consider that, there are the life insurance policies. You can make a large gift. You can see that with little cost to yourself. How you make the gift, you see that, just this last 6 months, I had a conversation with the church. They had a pastor decades ago who brought in a company that set up life insurance policies for everyone. And as time went on, there was one wonderful lady who stayed faithful to her life insurance, making her monthly payment to that. And the beneficiary of this life insurance policy was the very church that she had grown up and been a part of. So if you're wondering, do people really do this? Do they invest and utilize life insurance policies? The absolute truth is yes, they certainly do. The next is your retirement plan gift, an IRA. You'll see there you avoid twofold taxation on your retirement plans. Again, when you work on these things, make sure you're dealing with us or that person who helps you with your finances to making sure you're handling all of these gifts correctly. But you can name your church, your camp as the beneficiary of all or part of the remaining asset after your lifetime, and you avoid that heavy tax gift to heirs. We most all are aware that there is that one-time benefit, so it's important that we understand that. Another vehicle that can be given that some folks don't even think about is the real estate. Someone might have a home, a farm. I know a church, again, I got stories from many of these, that a member gave 2 townhomes, and that was their gift to their church. They were able to donate the property. Now the other option is you can sell a piece of property at what they call a bargain price, and you get to set that bargain price. It can be $1, it can be $20, whatever you and camp, church decide to make it. The immediate income tax deduction is there to be had and to be received, and it continues to be utilized. You can do retained life estate, give your personal residence or farm, but you continue to live there. So you are giving a gift, You know who's going to give the gift. You know how the camp is going to utilize the gift. But in the agreement, you get to stay there until that day comes where you have gone to be with the Lord. A charitable remainder annuity trust. Now, here again, this is where you need to make sure you're comfortable with your financial planners, a lawyer, or whomever you might work with, but they will help you to outline this. It takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of work, but you find it to be an incredibly helpful thing. You create a charitable trust that pays you a set income annually. You get the tax break, but you also know that what is left in the principal that is given will go to the charitable trust as you have outlined it. Now, the charitable remainder unit trust, again, creates a trust that pays a percentage of the trust's assets valued annually. Again, you can work with us. We will help you work with a lawyer or an investment person to make sure that you are handling your funds in a correct way. We do have some of these. I spent some time working with another individual who looked at a charitable remainder unit trust. We have the software that is able to simply plug in the information so that we can tell you, based on this gift, based on your age, based on the percentage then that is set nationally, not by us, it is a national percentage, this is what you can anticipate to receive throughout the rest of your life. That is another option. A charitable gift annuity, it's a little bit simpler. You simply provide the amount, the principal, and then we agree to a set amount that gets paid back to you on a regular annual basis. It's a fixed amount until, again, the day comes to you get to be with the Lord, and the principal then is given to the charitable fund that you have set it towards. A charitable lead trust reduces the gift and estate taxes on assets passing on to the heirs. You create that trust that pays a fixed or variable income for your favorite cause for a set time and then passes to their heirs. So you're giving a gift that works for the camp and then eventually also to your heirs. So this is an opportunity for you. Then you also have the opportunity of a donor advised fund. This is one fund that we have several here at the foundation. Gifts are given, and then every quarter we talk to those donors. We ask them how they wish to utilize the interest of their funds. They simply outline for us who it is that they want to give it to. 25% of that interest that is being given out does have to go to United Methodist, so giving to camp works perfectly in that. It's a wonderful opportunity to utilize this. I've introduced you to a lot of information very quickly, very fast. I hope that you will take some time maybe you took a few notes. Those who are presenting this slideshow with me have a couple of pieces of paper, brochures about the foundation and the information, the vehicles that we have looked at, that they can give to you that you might take home with you, look over. Please feel free to call us, email us, whatever is the easiest way for you to touch base with. You'll find our phone number at the bottom of the screen, and I would invite you to please prayerfully consider how you want to continue to meet the mission ministry that God has placed in your heart, whether it be the local church, whether it be in the conference, and be a camp.